Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch, to the left.
Ryan, any update with Lathan? You're still waiting on stuff?
Yeah, I won't have any update on injury here. We'll get the availability report out on Saturday.
Spencer from Letterman Row.
Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row.
That's me. Ryan, Carnell's role has increased every week.
Yep.
Is there a possibility that it continues to, or is he kind of at where you expect it to be for the rest of the year?
No, I think that he's got so much football ahead of him. You're just starting to scratch the surface. It started in the spring. Really had a great preseason. I mean, a great preseason, and really impressed. And now you're starting to see it on the field. So, we'll continue to try to build his reps up, and I think it's like some of the guys in the past who have been exceptional freshmen for us. They played some early on, and then when November hit, in times we need them the most, they stepped up in a big way. And I think about Garrett in the rivalry game. I think about the same thing with Chris. We had that block punt and then those 2 touchdowns, and then I think about Marvin and Emeka in the Rose Bowl that one year, and Carnell's on that same path. So we'll see how it shakes out, but he looks like he's ready to roll for November here.
Tim May on 3, Letterman Row.
Yeah, Brad, you go into a game with in your mind, Marvin has to have so many touches, so many catches, and then number 2, what is too many for a wide receiver? Is there such a thing?
I would think if you would ask a receiver, they would never say that there's too many. I think they always want the ball, but no, you always want to make sure that they're featured in the offense. What is that number? I think it's different based on what you're seeing defensively, what the opponent is doing. But that's why we spend so much time game planning, trying to figure out how that all that shakes out, and how all pieces come together. And then sometimes you may design it a certain way. For instance, last week we had several plays designed to go to the tight end. It didn't quite turn out that way. So, but a lot of plays that we have are, we keep personnel in mind.
Over to the left, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Ryan, I hesitate to ask you, I think I can predict your answer, but you guys are number 1 in the rankings. Does it mean anything to you? What is it? Does it have any impacts at all?
No, 0. No, we don't. It means we've had a good start, but our first goal was to win the first game. Then the next goal is to win the next 10, and then we have a few after that. And so, none of those goals have been met other than winning the first game. So, we got a lot of football ahead of us, and we just got to go to work, and we'll look up at the end of the year. Our goal is to be the number 1 team at the end of the season.
Right behind him, Andy Bax from Letterman Row.
Ryan, I don't know if this is something you think about with Jaden Fielding. I know you want to score touchdowns all the time.
Yep.
Is there a point in the season where you do have to test his leg a little bit in game?
No, we test him every day in practice. Just tested him out there, and I guess it's in the 40s, and he had enough leg for a 56-yarder. Just missed it in practice, but no, he's quick. He has the leg, and there were 2 opportunities in the game last week that I really wanted to get. That was right around the 34, I think, maybe the 36, and we got pushed right out on the sacks, and so we got to do a better job there. But those were opportunities to make it a 2-score game, and would have definitely given him an opportunity there, and he's got to be ready this week.
Over to the right, Bill Landis, the podcast.
Ryan, we saw Hero Canoe make a pretty good run
Yeah.
at the end of the Wisconsin game. How much opportunity is there for guys like Hero, younger players, to kind of rise up this time of year? Do you need that to help keep the more established guys fresh during the stretch?
Yeah, for sure. And when you have an opportunity, when you flash like that, you get more opportunity. And Hero got put it in a big spot in the second half there, and showed up in a big way. Made a nice play on I forget the down, but it was on a run play. It was a second down, and that was a huge play in the game. I think there was a little bit of momentum going on right there, and he made a nice play. So when you do that, you just build trust with your teammates, and then you're going to have more opportunity to prove yourself. So, everybody has an opportunity every day in practice to prove themselves. And then when you get into a game, when you do that, you're going to get more opportunity, and that's an example of it.
Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
Ryan, going back, I guess, before last season, you had expressed some hesitancy about what you did in the portal with cornerbacks because you're kind of trusting the younger guys, I guess. This year, you're bringing Davison, the domino effect of that has been pretty positive. What was different about that scenario from your standpoint? Maybe what was different about Davison that you guys wanted to?
Well, I think when you look at that class that came in, we had Jordan, we had Denzel, J.K. Johnson. They were highly recruited guys that came in and wanted to play, and I just felt like at the time, if we were going to, bring in a bunch of guys, it really could create an issue there. And but then after this past season, just looked at it and felt like the numbers, we needed to bring in somebody experienced. And those guys really embraced Davison, and you can see, he's done a really good job of establishing himself with his work ethic and his play, his toughness, and he's producing. So. The quickest way to get respect around here is to go put it on the field and go to work, and he's done that. And we take bringing guys in very seriously. You don't just walk into this program and think you're going to play. There's a lot of work that's put in on a yearly basis. There's a lot that goes on with this team. There's a lot of pride with this team. But the guys that we bring in, we take a lot of time making sure that they're the right fit for the culture of the team. And Davison's been a great fit.
Doug Maurice, Kings of Columbus.
Ryan, your defense and Rutgers' defense are as good in the country as anybody of stopping explosive plays. Does that factor in at all to an offensive game plan if the defense is good at stopping those? And do explosive plays happen because you plan for them, or do they just happen by accident sometimes?
A little bit of both. Yeah, explosive plays, when you think about it on the defensive end, it usually means, there's been, a breakdown in coverage or maybe a missed tackle. On the offensive side of the ball. Certainly, there are plays you try to design to create explosives, but many of them come up just by, good execution and making guys miss out in space. So, I think about the run that we had. That was the explosive one that made it a 2-score game against Wisconsin. It ended up being an explosive run, but that was just an inside run play that was well executed. So, to answer your question, a lot of it is, executing things well, getting your playmakers the ball in space. But then there's times where, you got to design plays to do exactly that. And certainly part of that is, pushing the ball down the field in the run game and getting the ball in the perimeter in the pass game, and then getting the ball in the perimeter in the run game.
Great. Coach, thank you very much.
All right, guys.
Coach Lair needs you over.
Excuse me.